create something from nothing. Otherwise, if the Father did not allow us to create our hearts, then the Most High wouldn't be in us as it is in the will of the Supreme Highest Energy. If we didn't create our own hearts, then the energy that was creating all things around us before we were even placed in our mother's womb wouldn't be in us. It would be all-encompassing. Can you get this? This energy was so powerful that this bright light, they call it the Big Bang, created everything. Man is trying to reenact that. He can't create it. Reenact. What happens when particles traveling at a high rate of speed hit and impact each other, and the explosion of things, which would be kind of a replica of how the planets and how creation came into existence. But be careful, saints. Be careful of some of this science. Man will never be able to create energy, nor will he ever be able to destroy it. So if the Most High did not allow a portion of his creation, his or her creation, to be our responsibility, then it would be almost impossible to have the Most High's will within us. We are made in the image, that's the energy, of the Supreme Highest Energy. The acronym's SHE. And the SHE is sovereign above all creation. The SHE does not have to answer to anyone or anything. There is nothing higher than the Supreme Highest Energy. And the SHE is sovereign above all creation. And believe it or not, saints, this is our DNA. We have that same energy within us, but not to the point that we can create another creation. We are the little wheel inside of the big wheel. And wherever the big wheel goes, the little wheel goes without even turning. I hope you got that. It's in the book of Ezekiel. Unfortunately, saints, unfortunately, many choose to create their hearts according to their own lustful desires. Let me rephrase that. Many of us choose to create our hearts according to our own lustful desires and evil influences, but in the end, I can attest to this, the road leads to destruction. When we find ourselves in the mucky, miry mess of our created hearts, we created in our hearts to be following our own disobedience to the word, our lust for all kinds of things in the earth, our evil spirit, it all leads to destruction. But I, saints, probably more than any of his servants, I am so blessed and I'm so thankful that the SHE saw me while I was in my mess, my own darkness that I created. Can't blame it on anyone. It was all me. It was all my heart that found me in those lustful, those evil situations. And believe me, that road led to destruction. But blessed be by the grace of the Most High. The Most High saw me. Pull me out of that mess. Pull me out of that mess that I created. Placed me upon the rock. His rock of my salvation. His word, his Logos word, which became Rhema in my ears and opened the eyes of my heart that I could see him. And I could ask for forgiveness. And she forgave me and created in me a clean heart, as were the case with Saul before he became king. Saul was met by the prophet Samuel. He was anointed by Samuel. Samuel the prophet told Saul the things that he would do. He met him when they were out looking for one of his father's lost animals. But in the process of prophesying to Saul, something happened to Saul. Saul turned from Samuel and began to go to his father, and it says in the word that he was given a new heart. In other words, the Most High exchanged his heart and created in him a clean heart, to the point that when Saul met the other prophets, he began to prophesy. And they said, is Saul a prophet too? Well, my question is, are you a prophet too? Do you know what a prophet is? To prophesize comes from the word propho, which means to speak to large audiences, to take forth oracles that have been given to you either by way of a vision of the word. It's finished. There's nothing new to come. Everything that you know is already here. It's already innate. It's within us. And we just have to let it go. Speak it to others. And then we will find ourselves prophesying to others that they may find their way, open their eyes, and ask the Most High to create in them a clean heart. Instead of what so many of us are doing and have done, trying to find blame in others. However, as they look and as we looked for blame, the only one that we have to look to is that beating muscle in our chest. Look at the soul of our beating heart, and there we will find the true source of our demise. It's in us. It's in us, saints. It's in us. And as the children sang, create in us a clean heart by opening our eyes, the eyes of our hearts, Father, that they wanted to see him. I'm very passionate about children. So passionate that with a humble heart today and a very contrite spirit today, it's all that I could do to muster by way of prayer to come and do this podcast. Not going to do the blog talk today, because I don't want whatever is in my spirit, if it be negative, to transfer to someone else. But I must confess to you that I have a very heavy heart today. My spirit is caught up because of my love for children. I've done some very bad things in my life, but the one thing that I have never ever strayed from is my love and protection of children, even in war. The children, the innocent ones that are born into this world from what may be considered in this analogy. There are many pitchers of sperm, and there are many catchers of sperm, but they're not parents. They don't exemplify any of the attributes of good parenting. Fathers are leaving homes because of whatever takes place between they and the mother. Mothers are turning to all kind of things, going through a crisis in midlife and wanting to be young again, turning to drugs, turning to younger men, and you name it, and men going for younger females, following their own lustful desires and addictions that come by way of that lust. And who suffers? The children. The children. And never once stopping to remember what the book of books taught us, what the Messiah said. Suffer the little children to come unto him, for such as they is the kingdom of the Most High. Suffer the little children to come unto him, and forbid them not to take care of the little children. He said to Peter, lovest thou me more than the rest of these in this creation? Paraphrase mine. And Peter said, Lord, you know I do. He said, then what? Feed my sheep. Peter, do you love me more than the rest of these? Oh, Lord, you know. Then feed my lambs. That's the children. Peter, do you love? Oh, Lord, you know I love you. And take care of my sheep. So the question is, do you love the Most High than the rest of the creation? If you profess to be the believer of whatever faith it may be, I do not have any preference other than to follow the way of the Messiah and to listen to the good teachings of others that have come forth to illuminate the Most High. To illuminate the Most High. This is the dispensation of the Most High in the earth. His energy, His Spirit is in the earth, and in the earth to illuminate who the Most High is, who the Supreme Highest Energy is. As I close, in short, I say to all of you, if you want to see the Most High God, not the Gentile ordained deity, or in reverse, the dog. No, I'm talking about the God of the Most High, capital G, capital O, capital D. The She, Supreme Highest Energy. If you want to be in one of those mansions that the way of the Christ taught us, then you need to have your eyes opened so that you can see the Most High. So why not start right now by creating a clean heart, a heart that's predicated on the will of the Most High, and keep the She, the Supreme Highest Energy, close to your heart. If by chance, saints, if you follow the path that I followed, faltered and fell, all you need to do today is cry out to the Most High to create in you a clean heart and renew in you the right spirit of the Supreme Highest Energy. That's all you have to do. Now that seems so simple, doesn't it? That you just got to acknowledge that He is. He said, just tell Him that I am that I am. The Messiah said, I am the way. The way.